Hello, and welcome to Storytime with Sophie. I'm Sophie, and today I'm going to tell you a story. So being one of the oldest dolls in the family puts lots and lots of responsibility on me. And it also means that I've been around for a good 10 years now. And trust me, since I'm Caitlin's doll, it's been pretty insane. And so, as most of you are guessing, I have many epic and weird stories to tell. And so, after all these years, I have decided that I am finally going to come out of the shadows and every so often steal Caitlin's camera and tell you a wonderful story. And trust me, it'll be a lot more enjoyable than Gwen's segment on our channel. I mean, really, ask Gwen, what does that even mean? But anywho, let us begin with today's tale. So our first tale takes place in Disney World about 6 years ago. Caitlin's entire family decided to take a trip to Disney World, and of course, I was brought along because I am her favorite. As soon as we got to Disney World, there were a bunch of brochures in the hotel room about all of the parks that we were going to be visiting. And as I was looking through them all, I did find one brochure that caught my eye. It was the Hollywood Studios brochure. This park seemed absolutely perfect for me because I'm obviously the star of the show. So I started looking through it and I found this one ride that is totally amazing. It was the Aerosmith Rockin roller coaster, and the more I read about it, the more I wanted to ride. Plus, it was called the Rockin roller coaster, and I'm pretty rocking, so I deserved to rock the ride. So, like any good girl would, I asked my mother if I could go ride. But she said no. She said it was too dangerous for a doll to be at the amusement park. So that's when I came up with my plan. I had to ride that roller coaster. So I decided to go behind my mother's back and put my plan in action. When everybody woke up the next morning, Caitlin's mother always carried a backpack to the park. So before anyone could see me, I snuck into the backpack and hid under a towel. And I was sure to be quiet, all on the bus ride there until I heard us go through the gates of Hollywood Studios. And then I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited until the exact moment to strike. And then it happened. Caitlin's mother suddenly got tired, so she sat down on a nearby bench and took off her backpack and set it beside her. Being the most epic and stealthy girl I am, I made a run for it. I quickly unzipped the backpack and slipped out. And then I took off like a bullet. I was racing through the park, dodging people, dodging food, dodging Mickey Mouse, for crying out loud. And then finally, I saw it. The Rockin' roller coaster was straight ahead, so I looked up in amazement and then kept going. The line wait was sadly about an hour. But do you think I let that stop me? No! I then very quickly and quietly weaved through the line around people's feet. As you can see, being small like a doll comes in handy in many situations. So finally, I got down to 5 people to the front of the line. It was such a glorious moment for me, so I decided to try to take it all in. And as soon as I did, the other cart came back. It was time for my rocking dream to finally come true. I started walking, feeling so proud that I'd made it this far. But then, the unthinkable happened. The man at the front of the line told me to stop. And he said that I was too little to ride the ride. I very quickly then tried to explain to the man his very understanding error. That I indeed would never grow any taller than 18 inches. Honestly, it was quite an embarrassing mistake on his part, but I was willing to let it slide. I mean, not everyone knows everything about AG dolls, but this man wouldn't listen. I sadly don't even think he opened his ears. He told me that I had to be at least 4 feet to ride the ride. No exceptions. I was horrified. I then tried to explain to him that he's being very discriminative to my race. I mean, there's probably thousands or maybe even millions of us out there, and there's new ones being produced every day. I promised him that if he were to understand, I wouldn't turn him over to the authorities. But instead, to my surprise, he decided to turn me over to his. He had security escort me to the end of the line. but then they gave me a free lollipop. They then proceeded to tell me to take the lollipop and go find my mother. Now honestly, I was totally mortified that I wasn't able to ride the ride, but as soon as the lollipop came into the picture, I was pretty much over it. But I knew that if I actually went and found my mom, I would be in so much trouble. So I decided to do what every other good little girl would do. I decided to take the first shuttle home and go back to the hotel. As soon as I got there, I went and sat on my bed and pondered about the day that I had just had. And a couple hours later, when Caitlin came back, she was so proud of me for listening to her and staying in the hotel room that she let me come to dinner with her. And as I really thought about this story over the past 6 years, I've really come to understand the true moral that comes from it. And that is, the Rockin' roller coaster is not rockin' at all if it discriminates the riding of American Girl dolls. So take my experience as a lesson if you're another fellow doll watching this video. If you ever have a dream to ride the Rockin' roller coaster, just take the lollipop and leave. And also, don't tell your mom about it. She would be furious if she found out. Alright, well that's the story that I have for you guys today. If you guys liked it, please sure to like this video, and also comment down below if you have any other experiences like this, because then I can comment back and we can relate to each other. Also, be sure to subscribe so that you can get notifications every single time I post my story times. Have a rockin' day, everybody. Sophie out!